general camp conversation, because there is plenty to talk about. I'll let you designate which talking point we want to go with first. What's the most interesting thing to you for this Minnesota Wild training camp?
I mean, I don't know if I'd put it in the interesting category, but I feel like we just have to say it's fucking unbelievable that the injuries are already pouring in. It is legitimately unbelievable that we've had like a couple training camp sessions and one preseason game, and it's like, yep, 4 more guys. I was like, what the how is that even possible? Like, how does this happen here so consistently?
Is it 4?
I don't know if it's actually 4 now, but
I think it's 3.
Yeah, which is still nuts. Like, we already knew about the Brody thing. Zuccarello might miss a few games or might miss some time at the start of the season. Buium, I think they just said day-to-day. Oh, and Sturm was that was a maintenance day, or not maintenance day, precautionary. So like, it was just like, how is this already happening? Was just my immediate thing. But then I just had to like move on from that and just focus on some of the stories emerging from camp. And I mean, just because in theory we were primarily focusing on prospects or whatever. Like, when I looked at the prospect showcase, I thought Yurov looked out of place at times. Got better as the camp went on. I thought he's looked really good, especially, again, yesterday against Winnipeg. I thought he was noticeable, got the puck a lot, made some nice plays, made some nice passes, gets an assist on one of the goals. And he looks much more comfortable and like he feels like he belongs. So that was really encouraging. But, like, the big one for me is Hunter Haight just continues to fucking impress. Like,
dude, I only saw bits and pieces of that preseason game on Sunday. I sure as shit watched the goal.
Yeah, one of the more noticeable players. By the way, that pass for Bake here was sneaky nasty. Just a little baby sauce with some heat on it. Tape, right on the tape. Great goal. Great. By the way, they won in Winnipeg. They did it. We're fixed the issue. But Hunter Haight is just continuing to pop. Like, I thought he was good. He showed a ton of moments in the prospect showcase where he stood out. And again, we just think about the year that he had last year in Iowa, one of the few players that stood out from start to finish. And he looks like a player that like belongs. And again, it's obviously, is he going to make the team out of camp? Would be borderline shocked, but like, same time, he's doing nothing. The injuries just keep pouring in. Like, you would say that he wasn't going to be deserving of it, but that, and then Liam Ohgren.
Okay, there we go. I was just going to quiz you and say, what do you think is the most shocking thing in the world to me?
The fact that
Wild are actually treating Liam Ohgren like a human.
Yeah, and there's an actual like likely path that the game 1 of the regular season, he's a top 6 forward.
Dude, he's giving them ever a reason.
Exactly. And that kid looks, he just is ripped. He's fucking huge right now. Like, oh my God.
You know that they are paving the path right now, though, for the dream line. It's so close.
It is. Obviously, like, Tarasenko's looked good. Again, just in the limited clips that we've been able to see, but like, just general reaction from people that have been at camp every day.
I mean, in fairness, though, he's always made the Wild his bitch. I need to see him do it to non-Wild players.
Fair.
But it is promising. He looks better than I think most fans expected. I think most fans came into this like, he's washed.
Yeah. Anyway, obviously, like, the most intriguing line that we're seeing pop up time and time again is that Ohgren, Tarasenko, and Ek.
Can I say quick, though? It is hilarious to me, the amount of people that are like, oh, why'd Tarasenko even come here? I thought Kaprizov convinced him. It's like, yeah, dingus. He's got 1 year left on his contract, just like Kirill does. Like, that's their big argument. Like, Kirill has to extend. He got Tarasenko to come.
Obviously. That's it. That's the main point. I'm trying to think. Actually, I literally had some notes the other day just watching.
Well, so the Ohgren thing is a huge development. I don't even care if he necessarily ends up on that line. It's just showing like they had no choice but to throw him there, and he's proven it. If he is not a middle six forward to start the season, I am going to break things. I will tell Bill Guerin to his face. And I don't know if you heard this, man. Very funny, though. Isha ran into him at Back Channel Brewery. Bill Guerin.
Oh.
So Liz Sheppers, who went to Mound, she won a championship with the Minnesota Frost and had like her cup day. Part of it was at Back Channel, and Isha's there because he does a bunch of content for the owner there, Josh Letty, and he bumps into a guy who's carrying 6 beers, and Isha just like immediate reaction is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Can I help you carry those at all?" Looks up, and it's a disheveled Bill Guerin. He's like, "I got this," and then he wheels him over to a table and just starts slinging him.
Hell yeah!
Very funny. He's like, I am so mad at myself that I just like reacted so quickly and did not even calculate that it was him until he had already started walking away.
Yeah. I just love that he had 6 beers.
6 beers. Yep. But the Ohgren thing is an awesome development. Mateo, fair point. David Juracek, definitely not looking bad. And I even saw someone had commented, and I'm not going to give them credit. I apologize because I don't remember who it was, but someone commented on one of Russo's posts and basically said, like, he actually looked really good. And Russo's like, yeah, honestly, his only like bad spot was on the kill, kind of getting embarrassed, and they have done 0 special teams practice so far. So far, so good.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, like, that was one of the things that stood out. I mean, obviously against Winnipeg because they're playing so many of the young guys, but like there were a good amount that just did stand out for positive reasons. Again, like I thought Bankier had moments. Obviously, we talked about Hunter Haight, who's just, again, continued to look good. He's been good. Campy was good at the prospect showcase. You were obviously like slightly worried in the first period against Winnipeg when Wallstedt gives up 2 early ones. That being said, maybe the second goal he could want back. It's not one's on a 5-on-3. The other was like fast break, like whatever, one timer. But then he settled in, made a couple of really nice saves. I think it was in overtime when they're on that 4-on-3 kill. Haight didn't have a stick, obviously, like makes a big stop and freezes the puck. So I thought he settled in after a rough start. And they, again, I think shots at that point were like 8-1 when it was 2-0 Winnipeg. So I was like, here we go again. But again, recovered nicely. And Yakov Trenin is 2 goals. The OT winner. He's looks like I think it was Russo again saying that looks like he like lost a good amount of weight and just looking quicker on the puck and off the puck. Obviously, still physical, all that. But I mean, it'd be great hard. If he could have a bit of a bounce back. Obviously, that would be huge.
I mean, he's poised to be a 4th liner anyways, but if we can get solid production out of him, that'd be awesome. Speaking of the Winnipeg Jets, do you think that part of Kaprizov's contract is going to include a no Winnipeg clause?
Doesn't
it feels like they're always the ones that hurt him. Like, yeah, literally. Like I'll play him in the playoffs, but regular season, please just like miss me with that.
Yeah, it's a clause.
So how do we feel about the first line that's come together as of now? Sorry, do I have to tell you who the first line is, or are you just thinking about how you feel?
Well, I mean, rattle it off anyway.
Boldy, Rossi, Kaprizov?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the noise with the Kaprizov thing, like it's hard to not feel good about it. Like Rossi continued to put in a ton of work this offseason.
He's just clearly not a top 6 center, though.
I don't know. I'm feeling just good about, again, especially given some of like the not great news we got over the last few weeks. Just the fact that like Boldy, Rossi, Kaprizov sounds fun to me. The fact that Ohgren's got a path to be playing with Eriksson, Ek, Tarasenk in that top 6 to start the season, that feels good. And again, like clearly well earned. And by the way, also clearly the right choice for Ohgren to go play pretty much the majority of the season in Iowa last year. Like,
yes.
That's paying
People
dividends.
get so mad. Fourth line minutes are worthless for a player like that. Period.
Yeah.
Benoit Pouliot, mic drop.
Yeah. But either way, so like outside of all the noise about like contract injuries, all that stuff, there is still plenty of things to feel good about. Again, part of that is the fact that Rossi's here 3 years, that contract's done, but he's in that top 6 start the year, playing with Boldy, playing with Kaprizov. Ohgren's got the path, and like some of the young guys, they're just like popping in preseason. Is always nice to see.
I've got
so there's enough good things to feel good about. There's enough things to feel good about.
So I feel very strange saying this, especially because I like the player a lot. It's weirdly a positive that Zuccarello's hurt.
Yeah, literally just because
I never wish injury on anyone, period. But like the only spot that makes sense for him right now is playing on Kaprizov's off wing.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm not mad about it if it happens, it's not necessarily the best way to round out your first line. But if he's healthy, you have to play him somewhere. And I don't think any of the other lines really make sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, agreed?
Yep.
So again, not good that he's injured, but weirdly aside positive for the Wild, especially because it means our boy Liam Ohgren actually gets to play. Mateo, so what do you do with Yurov then? Because it looks like fourth line is the current plan. Would you rather that be Hunter Haight? It's not even rather. I think Haight's a guy that long-term, Z, maybe you think differently, but like most people have him pegged as a bottom 6 forward long-term if he's going to play in the NHL. True or false?
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah.
So he makes more sense in that sense, but I think just Yurov, the big transition from KHL to NHL, I'm not mad if he spends the first 10 games of the season on the fourth line. If we get to December and he's still playing on the fourth line, it's probably not awesome.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, this is where all the injuries combined with some of the contracts that got signed over the last couple of years really throws everything into the blender and is, like, tough to map out, like, short and long term, because we don't really know how long some of the guys are going to be out anyways. And I mean, it was also interesting too listening to Russo talk about, was like, I know everyone has just assumed it's NHL or fucking like back to the KHL for Europe, but that's like not at all the messaging. The Wild are obviously the Wild aren't going to like broadcast that, but like he's like, there's no reason that like he can't end up in Iowa if that's the right place. Like the Wild are going to send him there, and I was like, that's interesting.
I mean, it's basically a warmer Siberia.
I don't know. Either way, like this is the thing with Europe. This is where this all is just like Haight's had a really good camp. Europe started slow, is improving as time goes on here. And yet we still have come into like the last year or two thinking like Eurov's going to come over. Once he comes over, he's just in the NHL. But then like all this stuff really does complicate it. And again, like, yes, they're out of like the cap hell as far as the buyouts go, but they still have a couple on the books that we're like wondering about like where some of the young guys slot in now. So like now it feels like Eurov's in that spot where I'm trying to figure out the right place at the start of the year, which again might be the fourth line.
I think he's uniquely fit though to be kind of a band-aid wherever you need to throw someone.
Yeah, that's
center
the thing.
or wing, right? But I do think he's a guy along with Haight for sure. Ohgren maybe less so because I think he's already kind of solidifying himself and he's got the full year torching in Iowa under his belt. I'm curious who you've got on your bingo card besides Yurov and Haight is like, who are the players that we're watching in the final preseason game to be like, you are fighting for your spot. Prove yourself.
I mean, how many options really are there?
Or is that the extent of it? Like, really, for me, there's one defenseman that I'm thinking of. But at the forward position, I think Lambos is my guy, Mateo. That I feel like he will be fighting for that spot come that final preseason. And maybe he proves otherwise before then. But I feel like him, Haight, kind of Ohgren, and Yurov are all the guys that are kind of in that mix of you got a couple more preseason games to prove it. See what you got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that feels like the list, yeah.
Maybe even a hint of Juracek. Like, he's the least likely to get booted, but I could still see a world where he gets nudged out. But that would be a really, really unfortunate development.
Right.
Even though the trade value has gotten so blown out of proportion when, like, really we didn't give up that much for him. If you think about it. Just because there's like 5 bullet points, people freak out, but it's like you gave up a defenseman that was never going to play here, even though we loved him. He rocked. But that and a first that we just saw it get spent on a goalie that should have been drafted like 2 rounds later. And then a bunch of random later picks. Like, I don't know. I'm not sweating the compensation much. It's more just I hope he actually gets a real chance to play.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm sorry, Schmitty, to go. Your wish will never happen. And that was my last thought, Z, is just where will Marcus Johansson be for game 1?
I actually have no clue. That's like
I don't know where, but he will be. He will be.
He's gonna be. He probably. I mean, who knows? Press box. I don't know.
Do you think he could be in the press box?
I don't. When I tell you, I have no idea what to think right now, given with the injuries happening and the fact there will probably be more. But I mean, like his spot feels like that third line. But what's the combination? Was it him, Hartman, Foligno? Is that what it is? Feels like the most likely / logical place, which is fine. But they're a bunch of guys looking like they're a bunch of young guys that you mentioned earlier. They're looking for obviously for spots, and it wouldn't be unreasonable for the team. That being said, they still have a bunch of guys like just our middle 6 forwards. So it's just a weird. So it's like a weird combination of players. Plus, we'll see what happens with the Zuccarello, Sturm injuries and all that.
Oh, Schmitty to go. The question is, will JoJo get his jersey changed to Hines since he gets so much favoritism? Are we there now? Is this the Freddie Evison parallel?
I don't think that's fair. Like, I mean, when especially at the end of the year, first of all, the whole fucking roster was injured. And Johansson was playing good at the end of the year. Like, I mean, like, I don't know what to tell people. Like,
it was a contract year.
That's the thing. Has to. And then guess what? It's contract year again.
Brilliant.
It was contract. But, yeah, I don't know.
I think the greatest moment on Fellowship of the Rink is Dean Evison being like, I don't pay attention to the news or social media, but I definitely heard that people were talking about how Evison needs to trade for Freddie Gaudreau. It's like, well, guess what? I'd love to have him.
Guess what? You're right.
He's a great player and a better person. I'll take him.
Yeah.